Good morning, listeners. Welcome in to episode 19 of a New Era podcast. My name is Fryddy, better known as Hanson, or my name is Hanson, better known as Fryddy online. And I'm here today with my dad, the OG Frid. Dad, would you like to say hello to the listeners this morning? Sorry, I'm all out of whack already.
All right. Listeners, good morning. First and foremost, thank you. We've almost hit 300 downloads. We greatly appreciate you listening to us and our takes. And as I said before, and I'll say again, our old man and young adult takes. I have to preface this. I know we're getting into it. I just have to say, if you download us on Spotify or probably other places, we have the explicit little mentioning about our podcast. We've heard some F-bombs from Hanson in the past, and that's who he is. Not so much from me, but I'm going to preface this episode by saying you're going to hear a whole lot of freaking screaming and F-bombs. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to find this, but hold on. I gotta find what I'm trying to.
You got to get the
here.
rule. Are you looking at the
That's
rule?
what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the rule. Hold on.
I saw that this morning.
NHL. Here, I can look it up.
Oh, I got
NHL
it. No,
goaltender interference goal. Here we go.
I got it. No,
all right. No, I have it. I have it. You ready? Okay. So this.
Well, let's just say we're starting off by saying the Boston Bruins, Florida fucking Panthers game yesterday. Last night.
Yeah.
You have the rule? I got the rule right here. Can I?
Just go ahead. You read the rule, and then I got what they said.
Okay. According to NHL Rule 69.1, if a defending player has been pushed, shoved, or fouled by an attacking player as to cause the defending player to come into contact with his own goalkeeper, such contact shall be deemed contact initiated by the attacking player for purpose of this rule, and if necessary, a penalty assessed to the attacking player, and if a goal is scored, it would be disallowed.
Now let me read you the NHL's reasoning, their explanation for why this wasn't called. You ready? I know. Challenge initiated by Boston. Type of challenge, goaltender interference. Original call is confirmed. Goal, Florida. Explanation. Video review supported the referee's call on the ice that the shove by Florida's Sam Bennett on Charlie Coyle and the subsequent contact with Jeremy Swayman did not prevent Swayman from playing his position in the crease prior to Bennett's goal. And what does that result out of? Oh no, an unsuccessful challenge. So not only that, we get a 2-minute fucking power play for Florida because of a call they fucked up, and then they score on that power play too. That's a 2-goal swing off one of. I was thinking about this last night. I honestly there's bad calls in every sport, and there are yearly, but with this could have potentially been a 2-2 series. This is the playoffs. This is the second round. I honestly don't know if I have seen a more egregious call in a game with that much stakes than potentially the pass interference in that Saints Rams game.
Let's take away the fact that obviously we're passionate. It is our Bruins. I would if you put out a poll of 50, 100 NHL fans who saw that, it would sway so far in the fact that that was a penalty. It would have to be. Absolutely. 100%.
I just don't understand. Did not prevent Swayman from playing his position in the crease. He had Charlie Coyle on top of his right leg. And then there was people saying, "Oh well, he was never going to save it anyways." Are you fucking sure? Have you seen Swayman the series? You can't make that assumption and make that call based off that. And then they were saying on the broadcast, Dad, I think, so I guess even if they reviewed it and said it was in our favor, they couldn't have disallowed the goal because they didn't call goalie interference at the time.
Well,
why
listen,
the fuck not?
I don't understand that, because if you were listening to the broadcast, which I know you were, and we were too, Ray Ferraro between the benches on ice, who played a fantastic career, could not understand. He just couldn't. And then the kid in the booth, excuse me, doing the play-by-play, had to mention that part. And Ray was just like, almost like, I don't give a fuck that you couldn't, because there was no penalty. He couldn't understand.
You've got to figure out something, because so I'm just so heated already on a fucking Monday morning over this. So you can go into the power play, or you can go into the review center and you can call back a goal. You can call back a penalty. So why not call that on the ice? Why not call that in the case that you need to take that back? Not only just that, but literally maybe fucking 4 minutes after, Jacob Lauko straight up skull fucked right into Bobrovsky. Goaltender interference. That was the biggest kick in the fucking nuts. Exactly. I was like, okay, really?
Right. I mean, I know that the NHL put both teams on warning for game 3. I just think that they were
another fucking thing. This guy Bennett should not even have been playing last night. Did you see the other?
Yeah.
Oh, this second angle magically comes out the day of game 4. You telling me the NHL didn't have that fucking tape after game 3? Because I know we all hate Bruins are being little fucking rats, and everybody that isn't a fan of us wants to say that. And then, we remember when Brad Marchand went up and legitimately punched a guy, elbowed a guy. It was like a couple years ago. He got suspended 5 fucking games. Yeah. 5 games. And it did not look as intentional as Sam Bennett's did. It did look intentional, but not as intentional as Sam Bennett's. He should not have been fucking playing. This should not have been a goal. This should not have even needed to be reviewed. I thought that was the most clear goalie interference I've ever fucking seen.
And the fact that, that guy, how the fuck can he sit back on that bench, little smile, little smirk, and even going into last night and, oh no, it was a good goal. You cross-checked. You saw literally his numbers. Yeah. His numbers. You took your stick and cross-checks him from behind and then down and scores. He is when he cross-checked him, he was also in the fucking zone.
Yeah. He was in the goalies. I don't get it. And I know you're always going to have bad calls for every team. Every fucking sport has them. But
that's why
this is now
replay.
Replay. This is now a 3-1 series, because like I said, that was a 2-goal swing. And I hate it because outside of the game that we won, game 1, I'd almost say we played better yesterday than we have this whole season. Yes, this whole series.
I understand, and I was looking through my Facebook feeds today, and I got friends going, this ridiculous 40 shots to our 18. We're not a team that shoots the puck that often. When we shoot,
we'll get to that.
It is for purpose. I don't blame the fact that we only put up 18 shots. We scored 2 out of the 18, and if you look, Florida has to shoot over 40 to get 3, which one obviously shouldn't have counted. This is just, and I hate to say it, but deep down inside, I don't see us being able to come back from this. We might play great and steal one, hopefully in Florida, but I just don't see us able to. I mean, we have not only Florida, but we have the refs as well against us right now. I mean, I cannot see it. What? Not
No,
just
we're playing
refs,
8 on 5.
but then we have fucking the people up in Toronto against us. I mean, Gary Bettman is against us. I cannot see us coming back from this at all.
And you mentioned the shots on goal, and you're a little, it's fine. 18. I'm completely on the other side of that. I'm so sick of seeing this whole going through the first period and having less than 5 shots on goal. This shit needs to fucking stop. It's absolutely ridiculous. I love Jim Montgomery. I have stated that in the podcast for the last 4 months here. But God damn it, if we don't get some fucking shots on goal, I'm so sick of this. Oh, he wants quality over quantity. Yeah, I don't care. They outshot us by 22. 22 in a game that we were down 2-1 in a series already. Take away the bad goals. Take away the 2-goal swing. We are averaging 6 fucking shots a period. That is disgusting. That needs to stop. But that didn't lose us the game.
No.
Another thing about Jim. I know he's cool, calm, collected. He needed to go up there and raise hell on that post-game. I'm so mad. He didn't go up there. He didn't fucking yell. If that's my coach, I want him getting fined last night after that game. I want him ripping everybody to shreds. He just went out there and he was just like, well, we were told the play didn't interfere with the goal, and that's the explanation I got. Rip them to shreds, Montgomery. That is not... That's a pivotal moment in the series.
Now, Don Sweeney is going to have a press conference later today, and I guarantee you that I don't know. I just saw that he's talking today, and I will guarantee you he is going to go off. I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. President Cam Neely is beside him as well, and just going to lay into this. I mean, this was just absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Like I said, one of probably the worst call I have seen in a playoff game in the last 6 years, since that NFC Championship against the Rams and the Saints, where they had that pass interference that wasn't called. That is the worst call in a playoff game. And people are going to be like, oh, you're just saying that because you're boss. No. I mean, what are the only ones that can compete with that? Maybe the holding on James Bradbury against Juju Smith 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. Oh, well, the Chiefs were still going to get down there regardless, even if you don't make that call. Fuck that. Whatever. This call was absolutely fucking ridiculous.
You got four fucking guys on the ice, refs, and no one could have seen the cross check.
No, they saw it. That's the thing. You couldn't have not seen it. I don't want to be the guy to run out here and fucking scream, oh, a game's rigged. I don't. Because we are also down 3-1 because we have been outplayed in the games that we have lost. But we did not lose last night because we got outplayed. We lost last night because we got fucked. That was it.
Yep.
And it sucks too because Swayman, after coming off of 2 games where you've given up like 8 goals allowed, and you come out here and you play a gem for 55 minutes or 52 minutes, and then this is how you lose the game that was supposed to be your bounce back game, and now we're put on our heels 3-1. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. There's a clear... I don't even know if you want to call it bias because, it's not like Florida's a fucking golden child of the NHL or anything. But
no, but
I mean, I'm still like shaken because of this call.
Obviously, NHL wants to see Paul Maurice, in the finals and potentially try and win a cup. That's all I have to say.
Fuck Paul Maurice. I don't care about Paul Maurice. I care about good officiated fucking playoff games.
Paul Maurice is a fucking darling of the NHL.
So you say we're not coming back from this. And
No.
there are the stats to back it up. We are 0-25 in 3-1 series leads against us. Probably soon to be 0-26. But for the sake of the podcast, I'm still sticking. I said Bruins in 7. I didn't expect it to be like this. I expected it to too.
Yeah.
But fuck it. You know what? If any game, any calls are going to like motivate this team, it could definitely be the end of this game. And you gotta hope that they come out here, and the only way that I would actually be comfortable in saying, yeah, we could pull off this comeback is if we go out here tomorrow night in Florida, and I want to see fucking 35. I want to see 35 plus shots on goal. I want to see 5-1 win. I want Sam Bennett to eat ice multiple times, just like Charlie McAvoy had him do at the start of the last game. Did you see that?
Yeah.
To that hit, that was awesome. But
What?
all for fucking what? That sucks. I will say though, the Bruins have a chance to do something very, very funny. Very funny in a 3-1 comeback lead against the team that did it to us last year.
Yeah. I starting off the game, obviously Bennett is your captain for Florida. I would assume he takes the opening face off. Do you want I don't want Charlie Coyle. Charlie Coyle has been absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Do you have Morgan Geeky? Does Jim say Morgan? Go for that face-off and then drop the fucking gloves.
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be him. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. It's not going to be anybody that takes the fucking face-off either. It's going to be Pat Maroon on the first line.
Yeah.
He was challenging the whole entire Florida bench last night, which I love. And I hope it's legitimately called. You go as soon as you go for the puck, and Pat Maroon comes over, he hits him, you throw down gloves, and you beat the living snot out of him.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And we all love our fights in the NHL, and once they're, the people are getting irritated and blah blah blah, all that. No, this is strictly just I want a beat down.
Yes, I do agree with you. Pat Maroon will be on that opening.
He is itching too. He is itching to hit somebody this series,
and he is just going to look over and he's going to mouth off to whoever's seeing him on that wing, and he's going to be just looking at Bennett, and Bennett will probably win the face-off, and Pat is just going to level the crap out of him, and then hopefully he gets up and drops the gloves and then just goes.
Hopefully. As we say, Game 5 is tomorrow.
All right. One thing we will agree on: it is a fight right off the bat within the first minute.
The start.
If that was a bet that I could do, I would take that in a heartbeat. Within the first minute, it'll be. You
might be able to bet penalty within the first minute, penalty within the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Or power play or something. Game 5 tomorrow. Game 6 on Friday. Get an extra day. And then Game 7 on Sunday, which we'd be able to watch if it gets there. I don't even know. I don't know what to say anymore. I wish I could come out here and just rip the Bruins a new one because they're getting outplayed, and that's why they're down 3-1. But I just can't. I can't with a good conscience sit here and say that's why.
I guess also, is Brad, which I doubt Brad will be able to come back. He's probably still in protocol. He'll probably miss this next one. Pasta needs to double shift.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing it on the power play last night.
On the power play. Yep. I don't think it's a, he goes straight 4 minutes. I can see him starting off and then coming on the, whatever next line after that. But you'll probably see you'll see Pasta, challenging Charlie's minutes if Marchand is not able to play.
Yeah.
Let's positives. I mean, Charlie Coyle. My
positives: Charlie Coyle, Brendan Carlo with another goal. He's just sniping from up top there. Swayman, like I said, that's not his fault yesterday at all. He's just been playing phenomenal.
The kid Mason
Laurie's been great. McAvoy's still outside of that hit yesterday. That was great and all. He hasn't been too great this series though. Yeah. Outside of last night too, Hampus Lindholm had been good, but I swear he had more minutes in the penalty box last night than he did on the ice.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm so at a loss of just what to say and how to react to this game. You mentioned maybe we're only just saying that because we're Bruins fans or whatever, but I was watching this like right here with Reese last night, and as soon as it happened, like at first I was like, fuck, they just scored. But he goes, that's goalie interference. I was like, what? He saw it right away. Yeah. And then they went to they went to the review, and then we saw it, and he was like, oh yeah, that's getting called back. And then they go through the review, they come back, and they're just like, goal, it's not overturned. And we were like, what the fuck? And then they go, the thing that doesn't make any fucking sense to me, and I didn't know this was a rule in the NHL. How the fuck does losing a challenge result in a delay of game 2-minute play? In what sport is that okay? In fucking basketball, you're losing a timeout. In football, you're losing a timeout if you miss a challenge. You put a power play? What is that?
And you get to keep, because then they kept on saying, Jim's looking again for another challenge. And I was watching with your mom, and she's like, oh, that was a bad call. And I'm like, no, he can't. Yeah, I didn't know that you can't challenge again. So you can continue to challenge. Your penalty is having a 2-minute game misconduct. That is so dumb.
So hockey. We get that's so dumb. So we get penalized because you made a bad call.
Yeah.
And then not only do you make a bad call, but it doubles down because they get a power play goal there on that too.
And you allow us to continue to challenge throughout, and yet potentially, because you're making bad calls, make another challenge and then lose that and then go back into the penalty box.
Yeah. No, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's honestly the dumbest thing I've ever seen. That was a terrible game.
And this is the problem with the NHL, and why it will still always potentially or will be a 4th rated sport, because you don't put the refs out to say why in front of the media. Gary Bettman is just going to cover and hide. He's not going to say shit about it.
He doesn't fucking need to. He slept great last night. He doesn't fucking care, and that's the thing. There's no goddamn accountability about this.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any. There was the email sent out about the NHL about, oh, well, this is why it doesn't count, like I read earlier. And the worst part is this is what pisses me off the most. In their reasoning in that email, like I read, like you read the rule.
Yeah.
This is not, it's not written up the same. Now they're bending the rules so that their explanation sounds fine to them. But even though if you read that back, it has no relation to the rule that you literally spit out in their rule book.
That's why Ray Ferraro was so damn confused during it. And the amazing part was the commentator said, here comes the ruling. And he actually said, this is the pivotal point in the series.
Mm-hmm. It's a bad call when it happens, and then for the next 5 minutes of ice time,
they continue to talk about it.
They were talking about it. They knew it was a bad call. Everybody knew it was a bad call. Florida knew they got away with one, and just like that, we lose the game because of it. Man, there's I could go on about this for a fucking hour, but
I wonder. I'm not conspiracy theorist or whatever, but it was on TBS, that game last night. I mean, obviously the ruling, because they saw it is, but if it was on ESPN, do you think ESPN broadcasters, Sean McDonough, who grew up in Boston, and I mean, would ESPN have any influence on Gary to go up and have to talk or something? Big business. I mean, does that make any sense to you, right?
I mean, kind of. It goes back to the point of 8 months ago, when people were starting to get a little worried about the fact that ESPN is the number one major sports broadcaster, and now they're also in charge of one of the biggest sports books in ESPN Bet.
Mm-hmm.
They thought there could be some correlation there, and it could. I'm not going to go out here and say Vegas made a call or anything like that, but you don't know. Like, you really, I don't know. I wish I had an explanation for everything that happened in that last 10 minutes. And if it's on ESPN, maybe not, but instead you got the fucking Knicks getting blown out by 40, and it's one of those, man.
I really want to see what Don says today. And I'm not going to say, because I know we have busy days, but it'd be kind of cool if we get a tirade out of him, and if we can just sometime either later today or quickly tomorrow, just our recap on Don, if he goes off, which I assume he is going to go off. Hopefully he goes off on the NHL.
He needs to. There needs to be some sort of accountability on this.
Yeah.
Needs to, because that you essentially could have just ended somebody's season off that call.
And not only that, but I mean, Charlie, who's been playing fantastic, could have been. Jeremy and Charlie could have been very injured on that. I mean, we already lost. I mean, that defender already got hurt off of the first puck, but he came back and skated later. Peaky ended up skating later, but I mean, Jeremy could have been very hurt. He was in an uncompromised position, making the first save, and he could have been, and God forbid, he would have been injured and not able to continue. Then what, NHL? What if Jeremy had a groin pull from being bent over as Charlie falls in? What if Charlie would have banged his face into the stanch, into the goal?
There's a whole lot of what ifs. There is.
And what would they have done at that point?
I mean,
it's a goal.
Yeah.
I mean, Bennett right now is, I thought,
public enemy number one.
I thought Max Domi is a rat, but Bennett, and your captain, and your fucking captain is he's all, yeah.
And then more on Sam Bennett. Did you hear it? So then after the game, they're doing the post game, like, on the ice interview with none other than Sam Bennett, and they asked him about, like, the Brad Marchand play, and he goes, "Yeah, I don't really think it was intentional. It's just a hocky play."
Yeah,
no, that's an MMA play, buddy. That was a fucking punch.
I'm trying to protect myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect myself from hitting the wall. Yeah, you had a full 2 fucking, like, 6 feet of separation from the wall. But yeah, protect yourself from the wall by putting your arm up to hit him in the face. I've said it from the start. I hate this fucking Panthers team. I do. Ever since last year, I hate this team. They're dirty fucks. They play bullshit hockey down there in fucking Miami. And
what about at near the end of the game when we went on our power play, the 6v4,
6v4
with what under 58 seconds left. I mean, there goes McAvoy, puts the puck in, absolutely racing, and the Florida guy grabs him, and pulls him down. Now, yes, that was called, but I mean, the way that they're playing, I mean, Paul Maurice should, I mean, Mr. Darling, you should be very upset about the way that your team plays on the ice.
Yeah, I just don't understand how you feel any sense of pride in a team that plays like this. I all of this, like, you did this same gimmick last year, only to lose in 5 to the Knights, and I don't know, man. I really don't. And now we've got 2 Eastern Conference semifinal games that are series that are in 3-1, and God forbid if we come back here next week and our Bruins are eliminated Sunday night. I hope the Rangers beat the fuck out of this team. Yeah. I really do. I hope they absolutely demolish. I want to sweep. I want nothing put to chance. I want 5-2, 6-2 every single game. I want fucking Chesterkin to go out there and just beat the shit out of Maurice. I don't care. I don't care what it is. People are going to say, oh, you're being a sore fucking loser. Yeah, I am. And I don't care about it. Because when you lose like that, there's nothing about being a sore loser.
No. Blatant disrespect of the rules and how to go about it. This team is awful.
Fucking absolutely awful. All right. Have we got that out of our system?
That was 32 minutes of. I was going to say, was that an hour?
32 minutes of going off about that. Like I said, I could go for an hour, but let's switch to something a little better. Celtics are up 2-1. Won that game on Saturday, 106-93, after once again losing game 2 at home. I think this is just the trend this year.
You know what? I was listening to another podcast. Pardon my take. Barstool, Dave Portnoy. Please listen to us. We love you. Hank was saying we're not an 0-2. We're not a second game city. I think between both the Celtics and Bruins over a while too, not just this year, but I think it's beyond. We're like 0 and double-digit losses in the second game.
You just reminded me of something. I know we're done with the Bruins, but I'm not yet. One more. Hold on. Look at my screen here. I'm going to share this to you. This one, this about sent me off the fucking edge last night. Panthers posted this after the game on Twitter. Their caption says, "Road games are not a problem for us." And it's a meme that says, "Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, or the Bruins about games 3 and 4. I just about threw my fucking phone when I saw this one. The audacity to fucking post that after the way that you won. Number one here, look at all these replies. Dirty franchise. Cheaters never prosper. And if the league gets you a win over the Rangers, then the FBI should get involved for corruption and side betting. I mean, congrats, y'all beating a team that overachieved. Panthers may be the dirtiest group of players I've seen in the NHL. Have fun losing in the Cup Finals again." Yeah, that's just, okay. I just need to get that off my plate because I saw that one and I was like, that's ridiculous. Yeah, no, I won't say I was worried in round 1 when the Celtics lost game 2. I knew we'd still win that series in 5 like we did. Same thing here. I said Celtics in 5. I wasn't necessarily worried about game 2, especially because we come out here and we regain home court. Now we play tonight. You win this one. You win this one for Boston. You win this one for Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
We need this one today. I hope this is a rout because it's just, you need to do it. We need some good vibes here.
And damn well, because I had listened again to that other podcast, and they had the Celtics coach on, and he was saying that that was Alex Cora, but he actually mentioned too that they do watch all the other sports teams when they can. They were watching that game.
Oh yeah. You also know Drake May and Jalen Polk were in attendance for that game. Our future of the Patriots offense there, and they had to see that absolute fucking bullshit too. I will say it was pretty cool. I don't know if you saw it. They weren't in a booth or anything like that, Drake May and Jalen. They were right up there on the ice. They were sitting there with the fans, and I was just like, I love that. That's a guy that wants to be a franchise quarterback with his number one receiver here, just bringing him out and going and seeing some playoff hockey. You have anything about the Celtics? I don't really. I feel like we're on cruise control when we talk about this team, but it's because they're also on cruise control.
Yeah, I mean, all that crap too leading up to that game, broadcast wise, Tatum, playoff Tatum, you saw, is it real? That little commercial. Yes, they did mention him being number 5 in the MVP voting, and he comes out and has a freaking game. Absolutely, crushed it.
That was very nice.
That was a statement. That was like, so you put me in this damn commercial about playoff Jason, and that's not real. And he just came out and just said, "Yeah, this is my."
No, it's actually funny. My buddy that I'm going to see the Indy 500 with, he's also a big Celtics fan. He texted me yesterday while I was driving home.
Yeah.
And he goes, Tatum 50 bomb incoming tonight. And I was like, if Tatum puts up 50, I'm going to bust. But I can see 30.
Yeah.
And he was like,
yeah,
I could. He goes, yeah, I could see 30. And I was just like, all right, yeah, we'll see what happens. And look at that. He went out there and he put up 30, and he had a Jason Tatum game, a superstar game like we needed. Yeah, with all of this that happened, I got Celtics 110, Cavs 92 tonight.
I mean, that's, absolutely. I think definitely within reach. I would love to see us, 122 under 100, 98 or something. Yeah.
We'll see. Red Sox. Let's look at the last week of the Red Sox.
2-4.
2-4. We played 5 games. We're going to do this again. You said 2-4 last week. I was like, we're playing 5.
2-3.
We went 2-3. I think we said 3-2.
Yeah.
Because I think we said we'd take 1 from the Braves and go 2-1 against the Nationals. We did go 2-1 against the Nationals. Lost both against the Braves. That's fine. I think we saw that coming. Fucking Chris Sale shoved. That's one that I did not anticipate when we were talking about the Brave series. I did not know we'd get the Chris Sale revenge game. He absolutely shoved 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 walk, 10 Ks. But then outside of that, that 5-1 loss on Friday, it stinks, I guess, because that made sure that it was a losing week. But like I said last week, man, these people want to write off these Nationals as like a really bad team, and they're not a really bad team. They're not a good team, but they're not bad. So to be able to win that series, yes, granted, at home, yes, granted, 3-2, 4-2 win, but at least, that's something in the right direction. Keeps us above 500. We're now at 21-19. What do we have here? Okay, so for this next week, we got a 3-game series with the Rays kicking off tomorrow, and then we've got a 3-game series with the Cardinals kicking off on Friday. So 6 games, Dad. 6 games this week.
Okay.
Give me a prediction here.
I mean, this is obviously a pivotal series with the Rays, who in the past couple of years have had our number. And as much as I would love to see a positive. I think we'll go. It'll be a 3-3 week. Keep us above 500.
Yeah, I'm not there with you. I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling ballsy because I'm mad. I got 5-1 this week.
Oh,
I got a great Red Sox week. I think you take 2 out of 3 against the Rays, and I think the Cardinals are a bad team that we could sweep. So I got 5-1.
I mean, I think we're getting Bello back.
Bello's been back. Bello pitched yesterday.
Oh, well, thank you. That
Yep.
must have been, yeah.
So he'll pitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'll pitch Friday. First game against the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's a win.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough of our weekly recap here, I guess. I'll give you the floor here to explain how we're going to kind of do this last segment that we have, and then I'll let you go with it. So,
yeah. So obviously, we've had a lot of talk lately about our playoff bound teams and our Red Sox. Just recaps. We haven't done anything fun like we have, with our segments. The greatest Patriot. We had the trivia with the Patriot Super Bowls. We've had things of that nature. So we're going to do a little fun little segment here. I saw this and I thought, why don't we do the Boston numbers? So the Boston's greatest players to don each uniform number. So we're going to go from 00 to 99. I have this on The Athletic, and I will run through, and either we will obviously agree and not talk too much about it, or because they have honorable mentions, and then we can say, should have been something else based on our feelings. So that's that. Are you ready?
yep, I am ready.
So again, I started off saying, since we had someone wearing 00, that's where we'll start. Robert Parrish, and there was no other honorable mention. No one else wore that. Obviously, he being a Hall of Famer and number retired. There you go. Number 0 is Jason Tatum, who, yes, will also have his number retired.
Yeah. Well, if he wins a ring, but
He'll have it.
what? No, I'm being serious. I don't think his number would be retired without a ring, but I think we envision him having at least a couple before he retires here.
Absolutely. Number 1, they have Bobby Doerr, Red Sox, second baseman, great defensive, and honorable mentions. They have a couple Bruins, Teeny Thompson and Frank Brismick, and good old with the Boston Braves, good old Robert Maniville. I remember Robert.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Or Rabbit. Sorry, Rabbit. Number 2, a Bruin, Eddie Shore. Great defenseman. Played with the Springfield Indians of the American Hockey League. His number, he's a Hall of Famer and number retired. Now, honorable mentions. They had
Xander.
They have Xander and the good old Jerry Remy.
And Jerry. That's a tough group. And this the image that I sent you here has one. It's got Xander in there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stick with Xander because I've seen him play and all, and he did bring us 2 rings. If you think about it. So, wait. No, he wasn't there in 07. Yeah, only 2. But still 2-time champion. And saved us some money because now he's terrible in San Diego. So looks like we made a good decision.
Yep. And I wonder if he would have stayed longer with us, been, with the franchise his entire career or close to, if they would have put him higher. But yeah, I'll agree with you, Xander, as well. Number 3, Dennis Johnson. Now, I remember DJ. I remember when we got DJ, because we already had Danny Ainge. So I was like, oh, DJ, when he played with Phoenix, and then we ended up getting him. I think a great move for us to solidify some championships and that backcourt that we had. Now Jimmy Fox, Red Sox, or Gronkowski. Well, not Steven Gronkowski now. Or Gostkowski.
I see Fox here.
I see
as
Fox.
the greatest number. I mean, you could go Gostkowski. I don't think you'd give it to him any over either of them. But I mean, if you think about it, he's like all-time scorer for us.
Yeah.
Was there for at least 3 rings, maybe 4. Great kicker. But I think we'd probably say no because us and everybody else are just probably going to continue to undervalue kickers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Number 4. I think we can just go.
This one's got
else.
No contest.
Bobby Orr.
Honestly, we're on a stretch here. These next 5, 6, 7 are also all just set in stone.
Kevin Garnett.
We just roll with Garnett, Russell, Esposito.
Esposito. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 8. I really want to see too how many of these players I actually saw in my lifetime, as not just sports lifetime, but also New England sports lifetime. Number 8. Okay, this is a little. Absolutely love Carl Yastrzemski. I saw him obviously on his tail end of his career, but yet Cam Neely, man.
You make the call here. I see Yaz here too, in this image, and I mean I haven't seen either of them. If I had to, pick based off of just the legends that I've heard about them both, I'd maybe go Neely with you too.
I think so as well. Yeah, nothing to take away from Yaz. Played an incredible amount of years, played that left field, great, hitter as well. But if Cam Neely's knee could have stayed longer because of another outrageous, I think in the playoff hit that he took.
You're getting too close. You're getting too close.
Yeah,
you're giving us PTSD here.
I know. Sorry. We're gonna say Cam Neely. Number 9. Yep, Ted Williams.
Good old Ted. Easy. Keep it going.
Number 10, JoJo White. And I don't see anybody else on the honorable mentions that they have, even though 2 of the guys, Gene Rattel, Hall of Famer, and Lefty Grove, also Hall of Famer. But JoJo, was the backbone and leader in the backcourt of some great championships. So we'll go there. Number 11.
Big number in New England.
Julian Edelman they have.
Yeah.
Julian. Now, yeah, that was funny. I ended up watching, obviously, with you yesterday a little bit, and of the Tom Brady roast. I'll continue to watch a little bit of it during the week or when I can. But that was kind of funny when Drew Bledsoe got up and he said the second best number 11 in Patriots. But you also have Rafi Devers.
Rafi's 11?
Well, it had him at 11. Just like Jason, I guess, wore 11 at some point.
Well, they switched. But that doesn't. No, it's still Edelman. Super Bowl MVP.
Absolutely. Number 12, do we need to say anything?
I'd really like to look at the list of honorable mentions for this number. I think this is a tight race.
Number 12, honorable mention, Wayne Cashman. And yes, I did see Wayne
get us the fuck out of here. Come on.
All right. Number 13, John Valentin.
This has Manny. And I'm sticking with Manny.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I'll go there. Number 14. Again, this is tough. This one's a tough number too. You have Bob Cousy, and then you have Jim Rice.
Oh
and then,
man.
And then for those old Patriot fans too, you have Steve Grogan. Now, Steve, thank you. You had some great early years, and you came in, and I remember after Tony Eason stunk it up against the Bears, you came in and tried to make it a play there for that Super Bowl. I think 86. But Cousy or Jim Rice?
So this image has Cousy here that I'm looking at, and I don't mind that. Damn, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's really tough.
That is.
But I think I might go Jim Rice. Just barely, but either one of them I wouldn't be upset with,
Yeah. I'm going to go Jim. Yeah, I'm going to say Jim Rice. I mean, obviously, yeah, Bob Cousy, fantastic and all during his time. But I think with Cousy, like he had other, obviously, very talented players on the court with him. And for a number of years, Jim had to carry although you had a fantastic outfield with Evans and Fred Lynn and Jim Rice. But
could you go to say part of the reason why Cousy's surrounding cast was so good is because of how he distributed and playmaking?
Yeah. No, you can. Absolutely.
So I don't necessarily know if we have to bring him down a tier or knock him down for that. Because he was a great player and elevated his team around him. But I still think just if you're going off just strictly greatness alone, just that one player, I think we're going Jim.
Yeah, I agree with you. Who wore number 15? We have Tommy Heisen, Milt Schmidt, or Dustin Pedroia.
Nope. Damn. I think we got to go. I still think we got to go Tommy. Rest in peace.
Absolutely.
But
not only because of his play on the court, but then
the voice of the Celtics there with
the
Mike
voice of the yep.
Did you see, by the way, that because this last series that was Mike's last, and he did a whole tribute video.
Yeah.
I want to send it to you actually. FanDuel is doing one with the Celtics. It's all in Celtics are doing or whatever, but they're doing an episode after the end of every series. I'll send it to you so you can watch it today. It's 20 minutes. It's up on Twitter, but they had a whole thing about Mike right at the end, and he was talking about what he was going to say in his last game and how he was going to leave it, and I almost brought a tear to my eye. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man, this is pretty sad.
Yeah, it is.
But Petey is a very good honorable mention. We can't forget Petey. I think 2-time World Series champion, also AL MVP in 2009. Great second baseman, and now, I'm pretty sure he's a coach for.
Yeah, he comes down during spring training to do some stuff. So, player that wore number 16, Tom Satch Sanders. Honorable mention.
I have no idea who this fucking guy is.
I don't remember. I don't know Tom, but yet honorable mention. I'm gonna have to go with Rick Middleton. I remember Rick. Captain.
That's all you, buddy. I have no fucking idea.
Captain. I'm gonna say Rick here. Number 17, John Havlicek. We don't have to go any further. Number 18, Dave Cowens.
Oh, really? This has Johnny Damon.
Yep. No, I think Dave Cowens, who also was a coach for a number of years for us as well. Johnny, I mean, great little spark plug and all for the Red Sox to help them.
Fuck Johnny, because he went to the damn Yankees.
Yeah,
it's
fuck
him
Johnny.
and good old Salisbury. Fuck them.
Player who wore number 19, we have Fredlin. Yep. Number 20.
These next two are easy too, I think.
They have Gino Cappelletti.
No, it's Ray Allen.
Yeah,
it's Ray.
Yeah. 21. Yep, Roger Clemens.
Yep, easy.
Number 22, Ron Burton.
That's what they have here too.
Yep. Who also now has become obviously not the voice, but he does his up in Boston, does the inside the Patriots. So love listening to Ron Burton. Number 23, and yes, I did see him play, Louis Tiant.
He is one switch of letters away from being called Taint.
What?
Sorry, go on. He switched the A and the I, and his last name's Taint. That's all I can see here.
But 24, we have Sam Jones. They have, but honorable mention.
No, it's Ty Law. Come on. It's Ty Law. What are we doing here?
No.
Patriots
I don't
Hall of Famer right there.
And also wearing 24 was Dwight Evans and Terry O'Reilly. Oh my God, what a great number.
It's a good number, but it's Ty.
Ty? Yeah, I wouldn't put Sam Jones over there. Dwight Evans could, but his number's not retired.
Over Ty Law, though, Dad? Come on.
But Ty Law's a Patriots Hall of Famer. 25, Tony Canigliera.
This one has Casey Jones.
Yep. Obviously Casey being also a coach for us and winning championships. And poor Tony C with that horrific injury that he had. Yeah, I'll give it to Casey Jones. 26. Ooh,
That's
another. Easy. Yeah. Besides the fact that your honorable mentions Mike Milbury, again, great Bruin and coach, but Wade Boggs.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, and we talked about Wade last podcast or something.
Mm-hmm. The superstitions one.
Yep. Number 27, Carlton Fisk. Don't need to go any further.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
I'm excited to see what they have here.
The Athletic has, and I can't believe they have this guy, but they have Sparky Lyle.
Really? They have James White here on the image that I sent to you.
Yeah, the image you sent me, and I agree with you. James White, without a doubt, best number 28.
Now, yes, great receiving back for years and everything. If he wasn't the one to take in the touchdown in overtime, if it was somebody else, do you think we're not picking him?
No, I think we're still picking him.
Okay. It is, he did have a great career, but definitely everybody remembers that play. I'm thinking if that is anybody else, does that take away from James White's greatness?
No. And I think his career too, but yet I think as well, if you recall when he lost his mom, just the outpouring that Boston had for the guy too.
Oh yeah. Everybody loved James.
Yeah. Number 29 is LeGarrette Blount.
Yep.
The only other honorable mention is Keith Folk. And now Keith, Keith did finish that off our first and ended the curse.
Oh. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Blount. Obviously I think only 2-time Super Bowl champion with us because I think he went to Pittsburgh one of those years in that last 3 of that second run of the dynasty. I love Blount and the Blount force and how he ran, but I almost might go Folk here.
Yeah, only because he was pivotal, helped us, and obviously caught the comebacker and then threw out the runner to help us win against the Cardinals and break that long dreaded
of cards. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go Keith.
Number 30, Jerry Cheevers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't know him. This is gonna go to show. Like, I know I'm a big Boston fan, but I feel like the listeners are gonna listen to this and be like, "These fucking new generation, they don't know these guys." I'll be like, "I don't fucking know these guys. I know my guys. I know my Boston athletes for the last 25 years plus. You know the legends, but."
And I saw Jerry play. Number 31, another guy I saw play, Cedric Maxwell. And your honorable mention is John Lester. Yeah,
it's got John here, and well, you're gonna have to give me the scoop here on Mr. Cedric.
Max,
because I loved John. Not only did John lead us to 2 rings there in 04 and 07, but John was a good pitcher. And there's the whole he's got, the story behind him of beating the cancer and everything too. Like John's got some greatness in Boston, I will say.
Yeah. And I mean, continued on when he went to Chicago and was a fantastic pitcher there too. I will agree. Yes, loved Max, and just him waving the towel on. I mean, he wasn't a star. He was a 6-man, just a great cheerleader for them on the bench, and also ended up being a voice of the Celtics. But yeah, I'll go with John Lester here over Maxwell.
These number 32 are pretty easy, right?
Yeah. Kevin McHale, number 32, and probably just an absolute fleece of Red Auerbach to get him, giving up Joe Barry Carroll and Daryl Griffith. They went 1 and 2, and then we ended up getting Kevin McHale. But yet, great trade to be able to get to him. Number 33. Do you know of anyone who wore the number 33?
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody ringing a bell. There's what's that guy? Greg Eagle? No, it's that Stephen Hawk? No. Larry Bird. Oh, Larry Bird. Larry Bird. There it is.
Yeah. And they have honorable mentions being Zdeno Chara and Jason Varitek. I mean, great players in their right minds as well, but please,
you're not Larry stacking Bird. Up to Larry.
No.
I realized I said 34 might be easy, and then I thought about it. Go ahead, because I got to think about who I'm going to pick here.
They have David Ortiz over Paul Pierce. This is a tough number.
This is really tough. I mean, these two, man, this is like, these are, I've told you so many times about like when I start getting my tattoos on my right arm, I want it to be a whole like Boston mural, and I want to have one of my numbers from all of like the guys I grew up with these 4 teams. And so it was going to be obviously Brady. It would have been Chara, I think, over Bergeron. And then it's these two. It's Ortiz and it's Pierce. God, this is tough. And I love the truth. I really do. But I think outside of Tom Brady and Jason Tatum, David Ortiz might be my favorite athlete of all time. I don't think I can pick against him at 34.
No,
and Paul's probably in the top 10 there for me somewhere. But
yeah, I mean, David coming from Minnesota and not doing much with Minnesota, and for him just to embrace our fan base embracing him, and obviously one of the greatest speeches of all time.
This is our fucking city.
This is our fucking city after the bombing of the marathon. Yep.
David and then actually no, I knew about that, but then you go on and you're part of that magical team that wins that year after the Boston Marathon. I think that probably just absolutely cements Ortiz in there.
Absolutely. Number 35, they have Jim Nance of the Patriots. The honorable mentions, Andy Moog. Yes, I did see him too. Boston goalie. He played very well against that the Stanley Cup series against Edmonton Oilers. But Reggie Lewis. Now you don't know Reggie.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know Reggie, but I would say here, not Jim Nance. I would have to say this number has to be Reggie Lewis.
All right. Something I realized too.
Yeah.
When we went over 30, we gave no love to our boy Tim Thomas.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of sad. But yeah, keep going.
Number 36, they have Marcus Smart over Lawyer Malloy.
Oh, over Lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I think that's a toss-up. That could go either way, but I think... Actually, no. The more I think, it's probably 60-40 Smart.
Yeah.
No, he didn't win anything for us, but he's just... You think of Boston, and you think of how to embody Boston in an athlete. It's Marcus Smart.
Absolutely. All right. I'm gonna have to go because all of a sudden this timed out on me or something. I don't know. It said, "Hey."
You want me to roll through some of them? I've got some here. I don't have your honorable mentions, but
number 37, I know, is the captain, Patrice Bergeron.
Easy, yeah. No contest there.
Absolutely not. And I remember when he was an 18-year-old coming in from Canada and could not speak a lick of English. Absolutely, Bergeron.
He's one of those too. When he retired last year, he put out an absolute novel of a letter. But
yeah,
there's only certain guys that have retired. That I'll read their whole retirement messaging. Obviously, Brady's up there, but Bergeron's, I read that all the way through, and that was great. So,
yeah,
if you haven't read it already.
Number 38, Curt Schilling.
Yep, Mr. Red Sox man himself, right there.
Yep. 39, Mike Greenwell.
It says Jared Saltalamacchia.
I know. On that image.
I can't take that seriously. I'm sorry.
Definitely Mike Greenwell. Number 40, Mike Haynes. Haynes.
Where's Tuukka Rask here?
Tuukka Rask, honorable mention. Yeah, I think Tuukka.
I think it's Tuukka. I still remember. Do you and I wasn't as big into hockey then as I am now, but do you still remember? I think we would be watching the games after Tim Thomas. I loved Tim Thomas, and then we started bringing in Tuukka, and he started taking his job. I fucking hated Tuukka Rask for the first 2 years. And it wasn't anything against him. I just hated him because I loved Tim, and I didn't want Tim to lose the job. And then I finally Rask won me over, and it was one of those things too. A couple of years ago, that was damn. I hate to see him go, but now we got this Swayman and this Allmark guy.
I mean, alone, if your mom is saying Tuukka Rask, remembering him, now maybe not his number, but remembering him, I think that alone puts him over.
Greatness, yeah. He might be the most well-known number on this list outside of Brady for her.
Exactly. Number 41 is Eddie Matthews of the old Boston Braves.
I have his card in MLB The Show. He absolutely rakes. I just put that. I'm hitting absolute dingers with him. He goes 440 at least. But what about where's the love for Chris Sale?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can give it to he came in there in the ninth and won that for us. Won that 2018 World Series and had a phenomenal year. I don't know. I'd probably fine with Eddie if Chris Sale didn't have so many injury-ridden years at the end of his career. I think you could maybe make an argument for him, but
Absolutely. Number 42. Mo Vaughn.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah. Number 43 is Dennis Eckersley.
Easy.
Number 44, easy. Danny Ainge. Number 45, Pedro
Easy.
Martinez.
This is an easy run. These 40s are very smooth.
Number 46 is David Krejci.
Easy.
Number 47, Bruce Hurst.
Oh, this has Terry Francona.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but Terry, I mean, being the manager, not playing.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, so Bruce Hurst. Number 48, Lee Smith. Saw him. Number 49, Tim Wakefield.
Easy. Rest in peace.
Number 50, Mookie Betts.
My guy. Mookie. My king Mookie. Mookie Pookie. I miss you.
Number 51, our current and best New England Patriots head coach ever, Jared Mayo.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you. I don't see Belichick's number on this fucking list.
Yeah,
so.
no, I don't. Yep. Number 52, Mike Boddicker.
Don't know him.
Yep, I saw him play. Number 53, yeah, this is going to be kind of probably easy with Patriots as well. Larry Izzo.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 54,
easy.
Teddy Bruschi.
Easy. This is linebacker row right here. Number
55, Willie McGinnis. Number 56, Andre Tippett.
This is rolling.
I met Andre Tippett.
Did you? I didn't know that.
Yep. I met him when I was in Worcester, Mass. In a clothing store when I was working part-time while I was going to college, and met him as he was in the store with his girlfriend. Steve Nelson, number 57, again, linebacker. 58, Jonathan Papelbon.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. 59, Roosevelt Colvin.
No idea.
Linebacker. Patriots.
Yeah. I also, that's just a weird number. I was looking through this list last night, and I was just like, I don't think I know like anybody. Number 59.
All right. Now they have Len St. Jean of the Patriots back in 1964 through 73. No, has to be David Andrews. Has to be. Yep. 61, Marcus Cannon. Let's go quickly. Ryan Wendell's wearing 62. Number 63.
The captain. The guy who's knocked out by dickhead Sam Bennett right now.
Brad Marchand. 64, Richard Bishop. Defensive lineman. Okay. 65, Houston.
Damien Woody?
Yeah. Houston Antoine over Damien Woody. No, Damien Woody.
Oh, good Damien. Come on.
If we did not have him for a long time, I don't think we could have punted very well. Number 66, Lonnie Paxton. Long snapper.
Shout out the long snappers.
There we go. Dan Copen wore number 67. Yep. 68, they have Max Lane. 69, Shaq Mason. Okay,
That's
now we're
funny.
out of there. Okay. Number 70, Logan Mankins. Yep.
Yeah.
7-time Pro Bowl. Yep. 71, Ray Hamilton. Yep. Defensive Patriots. 72 is Matt Light.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Big boy.
Yep. Oh, number 73. And they
John
do
Hanna.
have, and they have Charlie as an honorable mention, but no, John Hanna. I don't care if Charlie does some incredible things. It's always going to be John Hanna. 74, Oh, I want this guy to stay with us so bad. Jake DeBrusk.
He's already that. Well, I mean, you got to think there's might not be a lot of 74s, but
yeah.
I mean,
Jake.
I like DeBrusk. I have
like
moments where I love DeBrusk, and then I have moments where I think DeBrusk was dropped on his head as a child. But that's
But
he
did save another goal last night. Saved a goal.
He did, and that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That would have made it 4-2.
He is
in a perfect world that would have tied up the game, but I digress.
I think he's that throwback power forward for ice hockey wise, but he also has some grit about him, so I love him. 75 is Vince Warfolk. Yep.
Houston Texans legend.
Yep. 76, good old Sebastian Vollmer, who came over here from Germany. Number 77, should we debate Nate Solder or Tom Neville over Raymond Bork?
I mean, you could try to make a fight for Nate Solder, but I think even at your best, you're only hitting 20% of Ray Bork here.
Yeah, exactly. 78 is Bruce Armstrong. 79, they don't have any other honorable mentions. It's the good old Jim Lee Hunt, who was known as Earthquake for the Boston Patriots back in the 60s. Number 80. Ooh.
This is tough.
They have Troy Brown, and I absolutely love Troy Brown and how he played defense for us and unheralded punt returner. But you also have Irving Fryer, number 1 draft pick, and Don Hasselbeck, who was an incredible tight end.
Yeah, I still got Troy.
Okay. Number 81, Randy Moss. They gave it over Russ Francis, another incredible tight end.
The greatest wide receiver ever, and Randy Moss there.
Yep.
That is, of course, until Javon Baker and Jalen Polk break out this year. But
82 is Jim Whalen over Daniel Graham. Yeah. 83, Dion Branch over Wes Welker.
I don't agree with that. Dion's great and all, definitely. But I think, but then you think about, I saw a crazy stat yesterday that Wes Welker played, I think it was only 8 years, but 8 years with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning as his 2 quarterbacks, never won a title.
And Dion doing 11 catches for 133 yards and a Super Bowl MVP. And if you recall, I messed that up.
You did.
And my trivia.
All right, I guess we'll go Dion, but I'm not going to. I wouldn't hate somebody if they picked Welker there.
Number 84 was Darryl Stingley.
This has Ben Watson.
It's got to be Stingley.
All right, I'll go with you on that one.
Yeah. Again, he was touted as an incredible receiver for us, and if it wasn't for Jack Tatum breaking his neck, he would have been a lot better. Julius Adams wearing number 85. Number 86, Stanley Morgan. Saw him. 87, Ben Coates?
Yeah, Ben Coates.
Okay. Over Rob Gronkowski. 88, Pasta. Over Terry Glenn. Yeah.
He might go down as, by the end of his career, oh God, I don't know if I want to say this. I think I'm going to say it. He might go down as he might go down as a better Bruin than Patrice Bergeron.
Oh,
I don't feel good about saying that. I don't know.
The cool thing I saw, and obviously you're not going to replace your captain, but did you see he wore the A? Oh no, he's worn the A.
He's assistant. No, Charlie
Coyle.
McAvoy has it. It's McAvoy and Pasta are assistant captains.
Yeah, and Charlie Coyle wore the A last night as well.
Did he really?
Yep, because
Okay.
your
Oh well, yeah.
because
You
your
have to add
captain,
another. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
because your captain's out. 89, Bob D. Oh yeah, Bob D.
You know Bob D.
No, I don't know Bob D. He was in the 60s.
Okay,
Number 90,
maybe.
Malcolm Brown.
Yeah. That okay. This is talking the Malcolm Brown from like 2014 to 2017, right? That
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck, Boston? Let's get some new guys in 90 because
In 90.
that's a bad showing.
Number 91, Mark Savard.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 92, Ray Agnew. Number 90, you look at me like who?
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember Ray. Number 93, Richard Seymour.
Good old Dick Seymour. Seymour Dick right here. Fucking Richard Seymour Dick. There we go. Number 93.
Number 94, they have Ty Warren, who played along with Dick.
Good old Dick Seymour.
Yep. Number 95, Roman Pfeiffer.
This says Chandler Jones.
Roman, I remember coming in after playing with both the Rams and the Jets and then helping us in that Super Bowl. I remember when we got him, I was like, oh my God, we got him? Really? Yes, towards the end of his career. But yeah, I think I would go Chandler Jones. Wearing number 96, Brent Williams. Wearing 97, oh my God, seriously? Jarvis Green? We need another 97.
So, yeah, let's get some guys in 97, Boston. Come on.
The number 98 is Trey Flowers.
Let's get some guys in number 98. Come Boston, come on.
And to finish it off, wearing number 99.
So gross. Don't say it.
Steve Diassi.
Oh, okay. This has Jay fucking Crowder, and I was about to throw up.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't do it.
They have Steve Diassi, and I'll agree with that. With Diassi.
One I don't know. I know we flew right over 42 with Mo Vaughn, but give a little love to the honorable mention and Al Horford up there. Let me just put that out there right there.
Yeah.
We love Al. We love Big Al.
Yeah. But Mo was incredible. First baseman. Electric and as much as the city loved David Ortiz, the city absolutely adored Mo Vaughn. Absolutely.
All right. Quick thing here. You ready?
Out
of the four teams.
Yeah.
If you can think of one or two young guys that if we do this list again in 10 years, you can see on this list instead.
Oh my God.
I've got one off the top of my head, and
Go
it's
ahead.
Drake May taking over number 10 from JoJo White up there.
Yep. I mean, Mac Jones. Yeah, Drake May. Definitely.
It could be Drake. I'm trying to think of who else. Like, what's Kristaps? Is he 15? He's not taking over Tommy. Jaylen Brown at 7 isn't taking over Esposito. I don't think there's anybody on the Red Sox roster right now, even though they are above 500, capable of taking over any of these numbers.
Who was number 16?
Sanders.
Oh.
Why? Who are you thinking?
Duran.
Maybe. That would be one of those like it has here at 18 with Johnny Damon. I think if Duran were to match Johnny Damon's career, I guess, then maybe.
Yeah.
What's Lowry? He's 8. Could I mean over Yaz would be a lot. But if he's great. Oh, and what about fucking what number is he? Hold on. Patra. 51. Ooh. Yeah, you got a tall task up there with Gerard Mayo. Never mind.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's Celtics, Pats, Red Sox, Bruins. Yeah, I can really only think of May. You could maybe.
There was no Boston Cannons here.
Yeah, I don't think that's included on this list.
Or Taylor Twellman. He was fantastic.
Was he 13?
Yeah, I think so. Or
Over Hanley?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. One that I was thinking, the only other one, I mean, young enough, I guess. I was thinking Christian Gonzalez, but he's not going to take 0 over Tatum.
No.
If he would have stayed at, what, he was 17. No. Oh, yeah.
No.
He was 6. Yeah, and you're not getting Bill Russell. Yeah, you're just fucked, Christian.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you, man. You went from one Celtics grade to a potential another Celtics grade.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe go into the 90s and you got it.
Yeah, let's get a 90. Oh my God, could you imagine how disgusting it would be to have a 99 corner?
Yeah.
I mean, I like my corners 99 overall in Madden. I don't like them numbered number 99. Wearing number 99. That'd be pretty nasty. All right. Well, that was fun. I think we had some differing opinions, and definitely from the norm. We switched out some of those, so it's not like we read completely off a list. We gave our thoughts on it, but that was cool because we haven't done one of these segments in a little bit. So, Dad, you got anything else here before we close this out?
Yeah. Bruins fans, I know you're listening. You have to make comments this week. You have to send us these comments, your thoughts on this horrific steal of our series by the NHL. Please comment us. Let us know your thoughts and feelings on it if you're as pissed as we are. And how do they do that, Hanson?
At A New Era Podcast on Twitter, at A New Era Podcast on Instagram, named a New Era Podcast on Facebook. And if you want to email us, a new era podcast at gmail.com. Questions, comments, concerns, just anything that you have to say. You can bring that over there.
Yeah, we're going to start, with your help, a petition to see if we can get this series back in our favor.
No, I'll do it right here. You're talking to the Bruins fans. I'm talking to the NHL. Get your fucking shit together. Look at this game. If there's any game that you're going to freaking overturn after a game's done, you got a prime example right here. I want all of those refs to not even touch the ice for the remainder of the playoffs. I want them all fined. I want them out of their jobs. That's ridiculous, and it's a terrible look for you. And, if you want Florida in the finals, just say that. Don't steal games like that. That's fucking ridiculous. We'll see if we can come back from down 3-1 here. But regardless of what happens this week with the Bruins fans, this was a successful season, whether you want to believe it or not. We completely overperformed. People thought we were going to be really shit, a rebuilding year, and we are one missed call away from having this be a 2-2 series right now. So keep your head up. They did it to us last year. Maybe we can do it to them this year, and it would be awfully funny. But that'll conclude episode 19 of A New Era Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Let's go C's. Let's go B's. Let's get a good week out of the Red Sox, and we will catch you guys next week for episode 20.
Love you, son.
Love you, Dad.